Hello and welcome to the last video in our messaging application project. What we're going to be working on today is to clean up some errors that we've been having and make it a little bit more user friendly. So let's go to the project and the login class. What I want to add here is the ability to use the enter button. Right now, the user has to press the actual J button that we have. So to do this, we need to add a key listener to the text field, since we're going to be focused on the text field. So our text field is called login name, and we're going to add a key listener. So we'll create a new key listener. Do that import and add the unimplemented methods. And so here in keyPressed, we're going to copy this. So here we're going to check if the key code, so e.getKeyCode is equal to key event dot vk underscore enter. And surround this with the try and catch. Okay, and so we can test this. So start the server. And here's our login JFrame. See if the enter key works. And it does. And so the next thing we're going to do is clean up this error here. So we'll stop the chat server. And so right now what's going on is that this thread is not stopping when the user logs out. So this while loop keeps on running. And so we need to break out of that. So here in the try section, at the very end, we are going to break out of this while loop. So if message type dot equals, we're going to put this as logout. We are going to break out of this while loop. Also, another error we've been having is because this line here. So we need to set this to dot equals also. And we'll start the server again. Create some clients. And we'll test the logout button, make sure we don't have any errors after. And we'll send a message also. And no errors. So we've gotten rid of those errors. We made the login a little quicker by pressing the enter key. And we also want to do that for sending messages. So let's go ahead and copy this. We're going to add a key listener to this text field. So TF, and we'll paste this. Take this out. And we're going to copy this to here. So if the key code is equal to enter, we'll write to the server. Okay, and so let's start up the server again. Start up a client, let's log in, and it's a lot quicker with the enter key. Okay. Now I can still enter in a whole bunch of lines just by pressing enter, so we want to stop that from happening. So right here, before we try the write, we are going to check to see if the text in the text field is longer than 0. So that's tf.getText.length is greater than 0. We'll tab this in and copy this to our action listener right here. We'll launch a client again. And if it's blank, it does not let me enter in any text. And so the last thing we're going to do is make sure that the chat client closes out correctly. Right now, if you press the logout button, it'll close the program. But if we actually close the window, it's not going to because it doesn't have a default close operation. Now, our default close operation won't work correctly because we want the user to be removed from the vectors. And so we're going to have to add a different type of listener. This one is going to be a window listener. And this takes a window adapter. Do our import. And here we're going to add a method for window closing. So public void window closing goes window event e. And so here we're going to write that the user has logged out. And we'll pass the login name, the space, and a message type of logout. And so after this, we'll do the exit. So system.exit. Okay, and let's test this. So we'll start our chat server again. Start a client. And we'll start a second client so we can make sure that the user is logged out correctly. Log this one out. And right here you have user logged in, user logged out. So now when we close this from here or from the button, it'll log out the user. And that completes our messaging application project. Hope you had fun creating it. It's a very interactive project, very fun to create. Hope to see you in future projects.